I've never seen an old woman with a mouth like that. She cursed a pregnant woman. Your child will go to hell. Here's the thing, the old lady ordered some raw beef. Charlie's service staff is kind. Remind her to notice the flies on the plate. Not expected. The old woman cursed her child to go to hell. Such cruel words. Get everyone around to pay attention. Charlie was also upset that she had just gone to hell. Then she banged the table angrily and left. The old lady just cut a piece of beef full of flies. They said the kids are going to hell. The woman next to her reminded her to pay attention. She wouldn't listen, and start using offensive language. The woman's husband couldn't stand it anymore. Go get the old lady. I didn't expect her to bite the man's neck. A bit of meat fell. The man fell to the ground. Everyone was stunned. Then the old woman flipped the table, screaming that everyone will die. This old lady knows how to crawl on the wall. It's scary. The old woman's eyes turned black. Sharp teeth. Chef Posey hit her in the head with a pan. Old woman. She fell to the ground, but soon she stood up again. There's just one more wound on the face. She rushed towards the crowd, and then jumped up against the wall like a gecko. She crawled quickly on the ceiling. The restaurant owner dropped a gun, but she's all avoided. Several shots in a row failed. The old woman jumped in front of him, beat him up. The gun just in time dropped in front of him. He immediately picked up his gun and pointed it at the old woman. I tried to fire the gun, but I didn't pull the trigger. The old woman started screaming with her mouth open. The two legs are as if they're powered by a motor that's coming towards the hull. 2 shots were fired. The woman fell to the ground because of the CAI shooting. People rushed to the injured man. Take him to the hospital. In front of a black smoke. Everyone thinks this is just a cloud. The man's daughter doesn't feel that way. Black clouds won't make any noise. But at this point, there's a fly coming through the vent. And then a colony of flies like bees bursting into the car. Everyone just goes back to the restaurant. Now a police car. I walk to a man getting out of the car. People have just been through a horrible thing. Has become extremely vigilant. Bob pointed his gun at him, wanting to see his teeth. He also followed. He has normal human teeth. Bob still dare not be reckless, pointing a gun at the man. He said the gun was pointing at Bob. But he didn't shoot. But look away and say they're coming. And who came, he didn't say. This man is Michael. One of the 7 angels. One night Michael landed from the sky. Behind him there are giant wings. He cut off his wings with a knife. A blue light that gradually shrinks and disappears. You gave up your angel. Looking in the mirror to stitch my wound. Then we went to the fire department and got a lot of weapons. Then blow up the wall and step outside. The police were on patrol just in time to discover Michael. The police held you at gunpoint. Michael then stole the police gun. At this point, another police officer started convulsing. And then his teeth became sharp. It's like being entered by something. The man asked Michael. SAO did not obey orders and then directly fired. Michael immediately defeated the enemy. And then he drove the police car to the diner. In the desert. In the evening, there's an ice cream driver. A tall man got out of the car. He suddenly opened his mouth and used his skills like a rubber man. The limbs start to stretch like a spider. Rushing towards everyone, Michael did not hesitate to shoot down the enemy. At a time when people think the risk has been addressed, there are more car lights in the distance. Each row of cars goes to. The driver's seizure is like being restrained. Michael urged everyone to shoot. The car that was shot also lost control. We met on the road. This risk has not been resolved. Then another convoy appeared. Michael carries a missile shot down the road. It cracked a big hole. Then shoot the tires in the back of the convoy. But to do so, they could not stop the enemy from heading towards the restaurant. Saw a little girl in the crowd. I hesitated whether to shoot or not. Michael didn't hesitate to pull the trigger. These people were controlled by angels. Become a puppet. God can no longer tolerate greed and the slaughter of humans. He decided to destroy mankind. Michael is the angel. Do the task this time. But I feel that people can be saved. I decided to give up my angel status. To protect people. Suddenly a puppet came in. He grabbed the man and dragged him out. Charlie rushed to the rescue and was dragged out by the puppet. In times of emergency, Michael arrives in time to save Charlie, but the man was still pulled away by it. A bunch of puppets were finally beaten back, but Michael said this was a reconnaissance. The lights in the restaurant suddenly lit up. The real war has just begun. Their target is the child in Charlie's womb. It's man's only hope for survival. It is also Jesus who transferred his first incarnation. Of course, Charlie didn't believe what he said, but your serious face make people feel compelled to believe. The next morning the man's wife died. Suddenly I heard my husband calling. She climbed up to the window. I saw my husband tied to the cross, blood all over my wife. The man soon died. Everyone knows this is a trap, but the wife ignored everything. Open the door and go out to save your husband. When you are about to appear in front of your husband, the husband immediately exploded. Fortunately, Pepsi saved her, but when he got in, he fell to the ground. The liquid from her husband's body, it's eroded his back. At night a car comes. A panicked man gets off the gas tank. Kayang was about to shoot when he saw the baby in the car. You're hesitating because you and your wife are divorced. The reason is that their child died. I'm afraid of killing innocent people. In the distance, another group of puppets came. There was no time to think. The man finished filling up and hurried into the car, but a car came and stopped him. 10 people got out of the bread truck. They opened the car door and carried the baby away. Kayo hurriedly opened fire. The sandal on the side prevents it. She was afraid of a stray bullet hitting the baby. Kai jumps from above. The gun handle starts shooting continuously. We finally saved the baby. He held the baby in his lap and he was surrounded by the puppet. The boy sang and bit down Kai's neck. This is a trap. The baby is a puppet. Indignant Sandal also jumps down. You must avenge Chokai. When he was about to shoot the baby, the gun ran out. Sandal rushed into the car. And the car's about to be smashed by the puppets. Charlie wants to save her but is stopped by Michael. Your job is to protect Charlie. To save Gaspra, Charlie threatened. If Michael doesn't save you, you go and save yourself. Michael shot the puppets with 2 guns. And then he's got 2 handguns running up to the gas bra. Hold the gas pipe and fire. The big fire broke out and repelled the puppets. Finally saved gas bra. 2 people managed to get into the restaurant before it exploded. Charlie's water cooler for 2. I turned around and saw the boy standing there. He rushed towards Charlie. You can hold the knife. A thunderous sound. The knife in the boy's hand fell to the ground. Charlie took the opportunity to kick out the boy. Michael showed up with a gun and the boy disappeared. The lights went out and the restaurant was pitch black. Turn on the flashlight. I saw a series of bloody handprints on the ceiling. The baby jumped on his back and clasped his neck. Michael caught the baby and threw it away. Jeep quick hand shoot destroy it. Charlie panicked and hugged her belly about to give birth. Let's give birth to Charlie. Along with the child's cry, Jesus has returned to the world. That cry made the whole puppet embrace its head. And then there's a deep sound. Everything is shaking and he's here. Under the bright light. A man who grew wings came. This is the angel Gabriel. His mission is to destroy the child. Bob shot him. Gabriel wrapped himself in his wings. It withstood the entire attack. He flew his wings into the belly of his Michael boot. Told Charlie to get the baby out of here. I even told them where to go. Michael is no longer an angel. So it's not Gabriel's opponent. He stabbed me through the body. And then it turns into light and it disappears. And on the arm of the Jeep, there's an inscription. This is the instruction Michael left them. Jeep is also the guardian of the baby. Gabriel jumped on the roof of the car. In a wheelchair fight down the mountain. The 2 men did not climb the mountain together. Gabriel also chased after, directly knocked out Jeep, then cornered Charlie to the cliff. Jeep came from behind. Both fell at the same time. By the time Gabriel pulled the knife, he was about to stab the Jeep. In the sky. Michael fluttered his wings from the sky. God was moved by this act. He quickly defeated Gabriel. They don't choose to kill the enemy. Michael saves Jeep and Charlie. Then I went back to heaven. Jeep and Charlie followed suit. It leads to a small village so that people continue to multiply. This movie is the end. This movie is called The Devil. This question is, do you have a religious AI next to you? If so, press 1 or 2. Thank you for your interest. Follow. Hello and see you later.